take a picture.
Congratulations, guys. Natasha, will you get a picture of all three by the picture wall outside? Yes. Parents, y'all want to take pictures?
Yeah, y'all are welcome to stay or you're welcome to not stay. Kind of a boring meeting. Yeah. On to consent action items, agenda item number 4. They begin on we'll need a motion before. Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Going once, going twice. All in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? Do you have anything to report? Dr. Kelly?
We will discuss mini grants here in a minute, but the golf tournament that is coming up, and that is last Saturday of October, I believe. Only weekend in October that there's not a band contest. Battle of the Bridges and then P&G. Off will be the golf tournament. So that is, what day is that? That is the beautiful middle school you're looking at right there.
So cool.
So they are, and some of the construction updates are listed in that red box, but they're currently laying the storm sewer piping, they're laying the underground plumbing and underground electric. So the final building pad elevation that has been reached, and it's all select fill is there. It's all been compacted. And again, everything underground is taking place right now. So it's actually moving a whole lot quicker than CTE because there is nothing underground over there. If you look at number 3, they met with Entergy and the city of Bridge City to talk about relocating some power poles at the back part of that site. And we're going to shift the drive over. It's not going to affect parking. There will be no negative effects. We just have to shift our back entrance over probably 75 feet maybe. It's not huge, but we've got to get it off of the property next to us. So that is where the middle school's at. Like I said, I'm pleased with that progress. It's moving along. Very nice. While I'm passing out CTE, I'll just tell you on elementary, uh, final inspection was today and all punch out items are taking place this week. So elementary is just, they're right there punching out all the blue tape and, that'll be finished by the end of the week. So CTE, storm sewer piping, again, a lot of the same stuff that's going on at the middle school. The middle school is just a little further along on the building pad. You can see some of those cross boxes. That bottom photo shows a cross box where some of our existing sewer lines and existing water lines and things are going through the area so they're installing these conflict boxes to work around all that. They're reworking all the existing roof drains and then completing the sewer line repair, and then the select fill is going in at the pad as well. In the middle of the site, those are the existing roof drains that are there, and they could have been taken out 2 months ago. It's a pretty quick process, but what they don't want to do is get ahead of themselves and take those out and not have the new sewer drains or roof drains in, and then we get a 2, 3, 4 inches of rain in that site. You won't be able to access that site for a month. And so they're leaving those drains till the very end. When the new drains are in, those will be yanked out. And that's the last piece. I asked Friday, have you dug everywhere you're going to dig and possibly hit everything you're going to hit? And the answer was yes, they have. There's no more digging over there. So I think they have uncovered just about everything that they know is over there. And like I said, select field starting to go in. We do have an OAC meeting next week. And at that meeting, G&G, Colin is supposed to be there. He's been at the last two, which has been nice. And Colin is supposed to be there again and provide us with a schedule that shows how they're going to make up these couple of months. I don't want to say it too loud, but they're saying CTE by September. I think we're looking at January. I'll be very, very pleased with a January move in or December move in. We can start in January. I don't see, but I mean, you remember over here, once they get out of the ground, it goes. So maybe so, but we also, I guess, over here we had to have those classrooms by the start of the year over there. It'd be really, really nice, but we're not in a crunch to have them. So I do think they'll be finishing up in the fall of next year, hopefully to be for us to be in it by January. And then the other building, we're probably looking at 2 full years and starting in September that following after we open up the CTE building. So that's going well. And again, we'll have an OAC next week. Have a lot more information there, but are there any questions on construction? Well, actually, yes, because one, we'll see them this week, but with as soon as we get out of the ground, they'll be here. There's not a whole lot to report except for what they've hit and what's been dug up. So they're passing that on to me. But once we get out of the ground, we have a construction meeting once a month. Once we get vertical on these 2 buildings, we will have a construction meeting biweekly. So, and principals will be invited and there if they can be, and Tim will be there. So again, those will be starting every 2 weeks, probably in November. And then at that point, yes, they'll be here when there's a lot more to report on. Thank you, Mark. I can probably take it.
Anybody else have construction? Item 8 under finance.
51. So Bridge City High School received the following cheer sponsorships: $275 from CCJ and Associates and $300 from Mr. John Fielder. And the high school aquatics class received a donation, say that wrong,
For a fish.
for a fish from, I guess from Vider Pets and Exotics, valued at $65. And
For a fish.
And Bridge City High School received a donation of $200 from Mike King for the STEM bus project.
Beginning on page 51, there's 54, I'm sorry, a board approved donations.
Bridge City ISD has received $3,000 from Swagelok, Southeast Texas for the STEAM bus. Bridge City ISD received the following from Region 5 to continue with sustainability efforts on the AWARE grant. Double pedestal office desk valued at $624.75, two 34-inch shelf bookcases valued at $317.78, two 5.5-foot shelf bookcases valued at $384.58, and two laminated training tables valued at $779.78. And then at the football game the other night, Bridge City High School received a $500 donation from G&G for the Student Council fundraiser for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. $59. You can look at over those many grants. There were 27 submitted and 24 awarded. And the total awarded amount between the foundation and the district was $49,432.15 for the 24 grants.
That's pretty.
Very impressive, and many of them have already started, have ordered, received things. Brady at the middle school the other day, already doing PD on their mini grant, that history, I believe, right? Yes, I mean, it's a incredible amount of money, and it's nice to be able to work together with the foundation to be able to do that. So, pursuant to section 603E of the Texas Property Tax Code, the Orange County Appraisal District has calculated the number of votes to each eligible taxing entity that we are entitled according to its proportion of the tax levy, and all 5 appraisal district board positions are open for appointment each odd numbered year. So before October 15th, we have the opportunity to nominate somebody if we would like to by way of resolution. So we can choose to do that or not do that. This is the, this is the board that can help with our CAD and comptroller issues. So know of somebody that like I said, we can nominate, or we can wait until, what you said, names had to be, or votes had to be taken by December 15th. So probably have names and everything and be able to vote in November. Well, they're all 5 of them are open. Philip Welch was one of them. Karen Fisher was one of them. So if do you know anybody you'd like to nominate, or? not have a nomination at this time. One nomination, then we get, I think, 283 votes or 400, 483 votes to. Well, we have to nominate by October 15th, so. October 16th will be after the nominations are.
I think that's a great.
Nominate her. Somebody. Have a motion and a second. Right?
Oh, we have 483 votes.
She's already sweating over there. Yeah, don't get your signs made up. All right, agenda item 2 is a resolution for the BCISD Board of Trustee to employ. Find that information on page.
Okay, so this came out of Senate Bill 763, passed by the 88th Texas Legislature. It requires each school board to take a record vote between September 1st and March 1st on whether to adopt a policy authorizing a campus of the district to employ or accept as a volunteer chaplain under Education Code Chapter 23. And so to be real clear here, there are districts that are kind of getting this confused. We use chaplains. We allow chaplains in our schools to speak to different teams, to do different things. This is simply saying that we are allowing or accepting, employing chaplains to come in and serve in counseling in the role as a role of a counselor. So we have three options. And I'm just going to tell you this, that to be a chaplain, all you have to do is pass a background test. So, or a background check. So my fear would be that anybody could be considered a chaplain and then
They
come
claim
in
to be a chaplain.
and then come in and counsel our students, which I would rather that not happen. And we will utilize the resources we have or folks from the outside that we know. Counselors. So again, this is not a vote against chaplains. It's not saying we're not going to allow chaplains in our schools. It's just saying that we will not employ them to come in and counsel students. So option 1 permits a district campus to employ, except as a volunteer, a chaplain to provide support services and programs for students and adopts the following addition to DP local. Option 2 affirms the practice of the district campus permitting a chaplain to provide support services and programs for students in accordance with an existing policy we already have, which we do not. And then option 3 does not permit a district campus to employ or accept as a volunteer a chaplain to provide support services and programs for students at this time. Again, it's my recommendation that the board adopts the attached resolution with option 3.
A for, department updates to the board, beginning on page.
All the department updates are in your, in your book besides Joseph's, was outside. It's got a couple pictures on the front page. Coupling that broke at the middle school band hall late in the evening one evening. You can see. Bottom talks about trips in the district, and then you can see his work orders that are coming in. Does anybody have any questions for any of the directors or any principals? And then the calendars, high school, middle school, intermediate, and elementary calendars are all in the back of your packet as well for the month of October. Principals or directors, do I have anything to share that's not in here or that you would like to highlight that is?
Move on, thank you. Item 11 is the superintendent.
Okay, enrollment as of 9/21 was 3,218 students. And that was up 103 students from this same board meeting last year. Our attendance has been really, really good to this point. As a district, 95.76%. We'd love to be at 96. Our principals are doing a great job encouraging kids to be at school and making sure they have a reason to be here. Our total refined ADA right now is 3,018. Remember, we made our budget on 2,970. So we are right now up 48 students. 48, we're up 48 students budgeted. Later this week, we have Tassa Tasby in Dallas. Saturday, the 7th is Battle of the Bridges. 16th is the regular board meeting. 15th of November is BCI board lunch. Then break and a regular board meeting for yes.